Now, so can we start, please, altos, with the wonderful Lift Thine Eyes. This is number 28 in the work. It's page 138 in our free score, and this is a trio for, well, it's written for two treble voices and an alto, and as I've said, those of you who consider yourselves first altos, mezzo soprano, you might want to sing the second treble part, in which case watch around this point in yesterday's video. In fact, I think it'd be more like 20 minutes through yesterday's video for the sopranos. We're going to learn the alto part here, and because this is in 3 parts, altos, you'll find yourself singing pretty much a bass line. Okay, so a lot of singing around on the 1st degree of the scale and on the 5th degree of the scale, what we call the tonic and the dominant. All right, so your first line, let me sing you the first 2 bars. Okay, so much packed into this first 2 bars, it's worth just taking it on its own. So I'm going to sing it the octave down. Obviously you're singing it at this pitch, so it is: lift thine eyes, oh lift thine eyes. Okay, before we sing it, I want you to notice the fact that the second bar of the movement is where the strong singing happens. So you start quietly. In fact, could you mark in for me, please, that the entry at Lift Thine Eyes in the first bar should be piano, should be quiet. What I want is lift thine eyes, oh lift thine eyes. So the second lift is strong with the sforzando on, and then we pull away. So sing that with me, please, altos. Nice deep breath. 1, 2. Lift thine eyes, oh lift thine eyes. Lovely stuff. Remember to pull away after the second lift, and then from that note we sing 1 to the mountains with me, and 1 and to the mountains. And what you can do for me just on that word mountains is you can sing it just as I did there. We want an ow on the first syllable, mountains. Okay, it's not mountains, I want mountains. Okay, mountains. So the second syllable is quieter and slightly softer. So let's go from the very beginning, the very top of the piece. Lift thine eyes to the mountains. 1, deep breath. 2, and lift thine eyes, oh lift thine eyes. 1 and to the mountains. Excellent job. Now from there we sing whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. And before we sing this, I would just like you to be really, really careful that you don't accidentally emphasize the last syllable of cometh. Okay, because what I often get is people going, I'll sing the line, it goes whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. Okay, it's a very, very nice line, but what a lot of my altos in the past have sung is whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. And that's because they're trying to get a breath in, and in trying to get the breath in, they're pushing some air out accidentally on the last syllable. So just be really careful to phrase it so we get whence cometh, whence cometh. Let's sing that together. This is the last note on the top line, whence cometh, and make the cometh nice and tall, and the last syllable nice and quiet. Ready? 1, 2. Whence cometh, whence cometh. Excellent. And then just to bring it home, it's that tonic and dominant I was talking about. Whence cometh help with me, and whence cometh help. From the beginning, please, altos. Nice deep breath. 1, 2. Lift thine eyes, oh lift thine eyes. Deep breath. To the mountains, whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. Well done. Great stuff. Now the second soprano sets off on this, thy help come. Now that top note there is a B. You come in on the octave lower than that, so that might be useful to be aware of. And you sing, thy help cometh from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. So the next bit I'll play and sing will be, thy help cometh from the Lord. Okay, sounds like this, just on the piano. And 1. Okay, so I'll sing it now from thy help cometh, and 1. Thy help cometh from And obviously Lord is the word that we're aiming for. So as you're singing that from the Lord, grow a little bit in terms of dynamic there. Sing that with me, please. Thy help cometh. Deep breath. And 1. Thy help cometh from the Lord. Very nice indeed. Now from there we sing the Maker of heaven and earth, and this is a really nice bit for the alto. So listen to this just on the piano, and 1. Okay, now I'll sing it. This is the Maker, and 1. The Maker of heaven and earth. Okay, so let's sing that together. The Maker, and 1. The Maker of heaven and earth. Fantastic. So can we go from Thy help cometh, please, in the middle of the page? It's the last bar of the second line in our free score. Thy help cometh. Deep breath, and 1. Thy help cometh from the Lord, the Maker of heaven and earth. Oh, sorry. Need to support that last note. Apologies. So just watch out as I was going to say there, just through the second half of that phrase, Maker of heaven and earth. Make it quieter as we come back. And of course, I'm sure you will all have spotted, if we look at the score, that Mendelssohn's once again doing his thing with word painting, and we have mountains in the score. Lovely job here. So now at the bottom of the page you've just sung earth, and we're on an A. So we're now at the last 2 bars of the page, and I'm going to play the next 4 bars. He hath said, thy foot shall not be moved, and we sing 1, 2. He hath said, thy foot shall not be moved. Okay, really nice chunky line there. Listen to it. Sing that with me. And this is really strong here. It's going to crescendo through, and I want you to be really confident as you sing this. Ready? 1, 2. He hath said, thy foot shall not be moved. Very good indeed. Now the first sopranos then come in. Thy keeper will never. You then sing, thy keeper will never slumber, which sounds like this. Top of 139, 1, 2. Thy keeper will never slumber. Sing that with me as quietly as you can. 1, 2. Thy keeper will never slumber. And then we sing with a crescendo. This is the second bar on the second line of 139. We sing, never will never slumber. Sing that for me. And never will never slumber. And then we sing, will never slumber. Sing that with me. This is the last will never slumber on the second line. 1 and 2. Will never slumber. Now there will be a holding back of the tempo there, a slight rowl there, so just marking it's going to slow down at that point. Can we sing together please, altos, from thy keeper will never slumber at the top of 139 through to the end of the next line down, okay? Nice deep breath and nice and quiet. 1, 2. Thy keeper will never slumber, never will never slumber, will never slumber. Excellent. And now we're back at the place we started, and we sing, lift thine eyes, oh lift thine eyes, and then we sing, to the mountains. Okay, lift thine eyes, oh lift thine eyes, there's your mountain, and we ascend as we lift our eyes. So let's sing that lovely line together. It's the third line down on 1 through 9. Ready? 1, 2. Lift thine eyes, oh lift thine eyes to the mountains. Now, what I would suggest on mountains, you have a full crotchet written, but you notice the other parts are moving halfway through that beat. So I would cut the note on mountains short by half a beat, just so you come off with everybody else. All right, so to the mountains, that last note on tens, we're just going to turn that into half a beat. So you can do that just by putting a little diagonal tail on the end of it and a little sort of number 7 rest, which will indicate a half beat. Okay, and then 1, 3, 9, last 2 lines. This should again be familiar because it's derived from the early material. Whence cometh help. So it sounds like this. Here we go. After 1, 2, 1. Whence cometh help. Okay. Let's sing that together. Whence cometh, last 2 lines of 1 through 9. And 1. Whence cometh help. Great. Well done. Just before we move on, please remember we want whence cometh rather than cometh, because we're trying to grab a breath. So make sure we're phrasing that beautifully. Okay. So we've landed on a B here, just before the end of the piece. Now, this is a little bit tricky. These intervals are well, quite a bit of practice. So we've got a low B, we've got an F sharp, and a B at the top. So it's help whence come. So let's sing those notes individually. Here's the first one. Sing it with me. And help. Next one. Whence. And the last one. Come. So if you're finding that in any way tricky, and of course if you're learning it for the first time, that will be tricky, just practice those notes on their own, and then try 2 on their own. So you could sing help whence. Sing that with me. Help whence. And now sing whence come and whence come. So the whole thing from help. And what I'll do is I'll give you the last bar on the penultimate line. I'll give you help whence cometh. In fact, I'll give you the last line and a bar. So from help whence cometh to the end. It goes like this. And help whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. So listen to that again. So this is the penultimate bar, sorry, the last bar on the penultimate line on 1 through 9. Help whence cometh. And it goes help whence cometh. And 1. Fabulous. So let's run into that, shall we? Let's go from lift thine eyes on the last 3 lines, please, of the piece on 1, 3, 9 to the end, and then we'll sing it with the Fieri concert. Here we go. Lift thine eyes. 1, 2. Lift thine eyes, oh, lift thine eyes to the mountains, and whence cometh help, whence cometh help. Well done. Fabulous. Now look, have a drink of water, please, altos. Cheers. Stay hydrated. And let us sing it all the way through. And remember this very, very special recording. This is a totally unique recording. No one else has got this. This is the Fieri Consort singing Lift Thine Eyes for us, for you. So do sing along with them. So there's your note. Now, if there are any errant sopranos here, and I know there are a few, there's the F sharp for the second treble part. There's the first treble part. So there's the alto note. Let's sing and enjoy together. Here we go. Whence cometh, whence cometh, whence cometh help. sopranos. Deep breath. Thy keeper will never slumber, never slumber, will never slumber. Lift thine eyes, lift thine eyes to whence cometh help, whence cometh, whence cometh help. Fantastic. Isn't that a wonderful, wonderful recording? Thank you so much to Hannah and Lucy and everyone in the Theory Consort. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So look, we're going to do that just one more time. I'm not going to sing this time, okay? I've sung along and played, so just sing along with that wonderful recording, and then we'll move on and have a look at He watching over Israel. All right, one more time without me singing, and enjoy yourselves. All right, so those notes, there's the alto, treble, first treble, here we go.